Greetings, I am Kerry, and I'm here to take a look with you at the week ahead via the Vedic astrology lens. So, the little chart next to me, you can take a look at that while I'm talking. This is a South Indian chart, and you can see that it's set for August 24th, 2025 at 6:45 a.m. in Washington, D.C. So, we're going to click through each day and take a look. So in my world, the Sunday is the first day of the week and Saturday is the last day of the week. So that's what I've been doing, is taking a look from Sunday to Saturday. So we're looking at August 24th through the 30th, starting with Sunday. It's the sun's day. And last week, what happened was the new moon on Friday night, which is, you can kind of see in that chart up there that the sun, moon, and K2 are all joined up together in Leo, and that's how it will be on Sunday morning as well. So we're looking at just after the new moon. This week the moon will be waxing. That generally feels like our energy is increasing and we might be more motivated to step out and get things done. But Sunday is it kind of looks like we're flying blind somewhat on Sunday with the moon and K2 so close together. K2 tends to be a headless energy. We can't see, we can't hear. So what might be a good activity for Sunday is to take it easy, pull in the reins, close your eyes, and feel into what you'd like to happen in the upcoming week. But maybe not necessarily doing too much about it, just planning and plotting your course. Okay, so that is Sunday. Oops, I went by an hour. Hold on, let me just fix this real quick. I got you guys. Hold on. All right, so we're going forward a day. So this is Monday morning, and you can see that the moon has run over the border and gotten into Virgo with Mars. I would say the main thing I'm feeling about for Monday is, okay, we're ready to get going. Moon is with Mars and Virgo. Let's do the things. Let's get going. But please notice in the upper left corner of that chart, Saturn, the underline means it's retrograde, is at 6 degrees 15. We start out Monday morning with the moon at 4 degrees 3, and that's a really tight, that's a tight opposition from the sun to the moon. Saturn to the moon, sorry. And so it could feel like, wow, I really don't want to get up and going. I really don't want to do that. I'm not really sure where I'm going. I don't want to. So resist, push through, use Mars's energy, and get yourself to swing those feet out of the bed and start walking. But go slow. You know, Saturn happens to be a lot of pressure and encourages us to go slow. The retrograde motion doesn't probably help the feeling of, where am I going? What am I doing? So do your best. And Tuesday morning, we've got the moon and Mars very close together. They happen to both be in Hasta Nakshatra, which is ruled by the moon itself. So this should be a better day. I feel like Monday might be a little wobbly, but Tuesday, the Saturn aspect to the moon is loosening up a little, and we could get going with our plans. That moon and Mars being exact at sunrise is really interesting. It makes me want to say, work softer, not harder. So work, but don't work too hard. Be kind. This is Wednesday morning. All right, so look at the moon at 28 degrees. Just within the morning time, the moon's going to cruise over into Libra. And this is Wednesday. So think about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The moon is going to be in Libra, which is neat. Okay, there's a lot of interesting stuff about that. First of all, the moon will have come out of a week of being really involved with all the other planets. As soon as moon got to Gemini, it was social hour for a very tired moon. So if you felt drained last week, that could be part of it. So during Wednesday, the moon's going to move over into Libra, which puts it out of all of the other planets' rooms and makes it a little easier for us to think clearly and make decisions. But let's take into account that all of the air signs right now are being extremely churned up and blown up in a way by Jupiter and Rahu. Jupiter and Rahu. So Jupiter is up there in the upper right corner. JP is Jupiter at almost 23 degrees Gemini. And then Rahu is on the left column there, RA, at 24 degrees 9. And he moves backwards generally. It's not going to happen this week, but at the beginning of next week, Jupiter's going to come into that exact aspect with Rahu. The way they aspect is the same. They aspect 120 degrees from them. So all of the air signs right now are getting Jupiter and Rahu energy. And it's getting a little bit more and more intense with Jupiter coming into the same degree zone as Rahu. So let's keep in mind that Libra is one of those air signs. So the moon's going to be the one this week, but as we get going week by week, we're going to have Mars moving into Libra. We're going to have Mercury and Venus passing through there as the fall comes. So that should be an interesting thing to watch. Okay, in our case, this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, moon's going to be in Libra. The first day with Wednesday, moon starts that day in Chitra Nakshatra, which is actually ruled by Mars and spans between Virgo and Libra. So Chitra should help us keep that momentum going if we've gotten any on Monday and Tuesday with our workflow or projects. So there's that. And then this will be Thursday. The moon starts the day at 10 degrees 25. Again, we're ramping up toward a closer tight aspect with Rahu and Jupiter. It's not going to be Thursday. It's going to be Friday. This is moon in Swati. Swati Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu as well. So, hold on loosely, but don't let go this week. Try to keep your momentum going. Try to keep it going, but realize that Rahu can throw curveballs, and Rahu's influence is big. And Libra right now, because of the Rahu aspect, and especially on Thursday with moon in Swati Nakshatra. So it's like find the expansion and find your inspiration, and it's not really a control thing. If you're trying to control things, you may be disappointed in the latter part of the week. We're looking at, faith from Jupiter and risk from Rahu, and that's all beaming into Libra. So with the moon there, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're there too, thinking about, what's the risk of taking this leap, or, how much faith do I have to have in my next step? Okay, Friday, click forward. Friday, the August 29th. The moon is starting the day in Vishaka Nakshatra, Vishaka. So that's one that spans from Libra over into Scorpio. And Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter itself. Each of the signs has a planet that rules it, and each of the nakshatras also has a planet that rules it. So I think it's interesting, the moon in Vishaka this week, Friday, because Jupiter is aspecting the moon, and look how close the degrees are by Friday. 23 degrees Jupiter, almost, starting out at 22 for the moon. Rahu's at 24, so Friday looks really interesting. And even though it's a Venus day, Friday is Venus's day, there's a lot of Jupiter energy here, because moon in Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter, and Libra is Venus, so there's Venus and Jupiter energy. Jupiter is in a nakshatra called Punarvasu. That happened last week too. Jupiter moved into its own nakshatra. Punarvasu is ruled by Jupiter. And Rahu is in Purvabhadra nakshatra right now, which is also ruled by Jupiter. So that's really interesting. With Jupiter and Rahu really churning up those particular three nakshatras, and they're all ruled by Jupiter. So keep your eye on Jupiter. There's some interesting stuff going to be happening in October and November with Jupiter going into Cancer, then starting a retrograde cycle. So bookmark that thought. But right now could be decision making or actions that might be coming to fruit in October. So anywho, Friday looks really interesting with that moon away from Mars, away from Saturn, and really getting the energy of Jupiter and Rahu. So Friday looks exciting. Maybe do something social or educational. And then Saturday, we've got the moon moves overnight into Scorpio, 4 degrees 9. That's just past the debilitation degree of the moon. So the moon doesn't love the early degrees of Scorpio, but it keeps moving. And one thing about Scorpio right now is that really no aspects are coming in there. So it's kind of a good place to hide. And this is moon in Anuradha Nakshatra. So it's debilitated, but it is waxing. My suggestion for Saturday is revisit your intentions from the beginning of this week that you're sitting with on Sunday. The other thing that happens next Saturday is that look here on Mercury, it's at 29:58 at the very beginning of Saturday morning. So it's going to be moving into Leo that day. This week, the only thing that's moving is the moon. And then at the very end of the week, Mercury's moving into Leo, joining up with the sun and Ketu. And what we've got going in September, as we're rolling over into September, is we've got a couple of eclipses. September 7th and September 21st. September 7th is the really big one, I think. It's a total lunar eclipse. So Mercury will be present in Leo for both of those events. I always think of Mercury as a reporter or a journalist. It's like he's going to be gathering the information and broadcasting it out to us. So Sunday, the 24th, and Saturday, the 30th, the bookends of our work week, really look like a good time to sort of pull in the reins and figure out what's working or not, recalibrate in those days, Sunday and Saturday. Because the work week does seem to be like, okay, we're moving, we're doing things, we're creating, and we're working, running forward. So recalibrate and reorganize by the end of the week. And looking back at, hey, what did I plan to do this week on Sunday? How did it actually go during the week? And then next Saturday with that debilitated moon really looks like a good day to sit down and assess, recalibrate, reorganize. So that's what I've got for you this week. I hope you enjoy these small videos. I love your comments. I really appreciate them. They help to inspire me and help me to keep going forward too. So I hope you have a great week. Thanks a lot for listening and tuning in. Take care.